Good evening everybody and welcome back to JWE Friday Night Eclipse. Tonight we're in St. Louis, Missouri, where we're coming off the back of a very exciting Payback PLE and are now getting ready for the Money in the Bank. Tonight, D.I.C.E and the Skelebros face off against each other in what is surely to be an action-packed main event. Meanwhile, Lanz takes on the Silent Assassin, Fiora squares off against Lexibor, and our newly crowned champion Lucina begins her reign as she takes on Akane. So get ready for a Friday night of excitement and intensity, because this is Eclipse. And here we go, starting off her night. And introducing first, she is your newest Women's Universal Champion, Lucina.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Camelot, the Women's Hybrid Universal Champion, Lucina.
And Lucina coming off of a very underdog victory against Maki this Sunday to claim that Women's Universal belt. And I'm very curious about how long she'll be able to hold on to it.
And her opponent from Oita, Japan, Akane Owari.
And her opponent, it is the ultimate gymnast, Akane Owari. And here we go, both women ready. And referee rings the bell to meet in the middle. And immediately tie each other up. Akane pushing the champion back into the corner. Referee having to break them up. And Akane with her strong right hand, turning Lucina around in the corner. Now sending her head first into the turnbuckle stomp to the gut. And double foot stomp to the chest. And now Akane going for a very early pin. Only going to be a 1 count. But Akane trying to apply as much pressure early as you can. There's a double leg drop kick from the apron. And a double leg drop kick right to the head. Trapping the arm, stomping the arm. Stomping on the bicep. And now Akane walking Lucina from one side of the ring to the other to the eastern ropes. And sending Lucina for a run. Diving underneath. Jumping over the top. And Lucina with a nice duck underneath that clothesline. Now rolling Akane up. There's one. And Akane being kept down with that leg drop. Fighting out. And again, tying each other up. Akane again walking Lucina back, this time to the southern ropes. Referee again having to get in between them. Akane with a beautiful showing of athleticism there. And now walking Lucina to the northern ropes. And a springboard bulldog. Akane going for the pin. There's one. Lucina kicks out. And a kick to the gut. Akane waiting. And a hair pull from the back. Knee to the knee, kick to the knee. Lucina avoiding that grapple, but Akane adjusting quickly, sending Lucina for a run. There's an arm drag. And a stomp to the spine. Looking for a moonsault. Lucina rolling out of the way. Akane missing, and now Lucina sending Akane for a run. Flying forearm and net. What is Lucina looking for here? A grapple, but Akane with an elbow, and now the Koji clutch. And Lucina elbowing herself out. Akane with a reversal. And getting a little bit too anxious there, a little bit too eager. And now Lucina going for a pin off of that miss by Akane. It's going to be a 1. Elbow dropping an arm breaker. Now Akane having a lot of experience as a champion. So this is a pretty good litmus test for Lucina. She doesn't necessarily have to win this, although obviously she'd want to. But just being in the match with Akane, that would be a pretty good sign. And so far, she's showing that she can typically hang with the champion. Or somebody of championship caliber. And now Lucina up top. Elbow drop, nobody home. Lucina not to be deterred, sending Akane headfirst into the steel of the apron. And tossing Akane back inside the ring, sliding into the ring herself. And a quick cover. There's one and still only one. And now Lucina locking in an armbar. Akane rolling out. And looking to come back with the clotheslines. Sending Lucina down with that trip. And now rolling her onto her back. Going for the cover. 1, 2. Lucina pops the shoulder. And Lucina being hit with that clothesline. Akane dragging her away from the corner. Creating a little bit of separation from the edge of the rings. Edge of the ring. And a standing shooting star press. And now Akane heading up top. Turning around, looking for the Phoenix Splash. Or the top rope moonsault and the cover. 1, 2, 3. Not the best start for Lucina's championship title reign, but not terrible. Akane is extremely formidable, and Lucina absolutely holding her own. But unfortunately for her, holding her own does not necessarily mean winning. And as we see here, Akane with that over the moonsault into the 3. And that's why she got her hand raised at the end of the match. And for our next matchup, introducing first, representing Ouroboros,
It's scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the Union from Stillwater, weighing in at 173 pounds, Lanz!
it is Lanz. And his opponent, it is the silent assassin himself, Agent 47.
And 87 pounds, the Assassin AK-47.
And here we go, both men ready. And referee rings about Lanz immediately running towards 47, taking him down with a tackle. And a stomp to the knee, stomp to the wrist. Into a hammer position and a hammer, or into a table position, excuse me, and a hammer punch. Stomp to the tricep. And lands with a knife edge chop into an arm breaker. And a jumping headbutt, not wasting any time. And here's the cover. There's one. 47 kicks out. Now Lanz going for a Boston Crab. And 47 fights out. Lanz trying to go back on the offense, but 47 kicking him off. Now 47 with the right hand. Locking up, kind of. 47 walking Lanz to the corner, but Lanz elbowing out. And here we go, Irish whip. Into a back body drop. Lanz already drawing at 47. Who heads to the outside, climbs back in. Now he's creating a little bit of separation after that grapple. And a knee to the gut. Hammer punch to the shoulders. And here go Lanz going for the cover, only one. Forcing 47 up to his feet. And a spin out side slam into the cover. One, there's two. 47 kicks out. And lands with the RKO into the cover. There's 1, 2. 47 still kicks out. But lands all over this match. Dictating the pace perfectly like a conductor. 47 rolls out. The monkey flip. Turning the tides a little bit, perhaps. Stomp to the back of the head. And picking Lanz up. And Lanz gonna elbow that. Looked below the belt. Now Lanz kicking down on 47. 47 fights himself out of the corner, though. And now walking Lanz to the corner, busting him open. And here we go, Irish whip. 47 a little bit too ahead. Ducking underneath. Flying clothesline. And here's the cover. There's 1, there's 2, and Lanz gets the shoulder up. .47 turning Lanz around, and now into the final rest. And Lanz fights out, sending 47 for a run. Back body drop into the cover. And there's 1, there's 2. 47 again kicks out. Getting Lanz to his feet, getting the audience to their feet. And here we go, another sleeper hold, and yeah, that's a rope break. 47 with a diving elbow. And the tides have shifted dramatically. They have shifted drastically, I should say. Into the cover, there's 1, there's 2. Lanz kicks out, and I suppose drastic and dramatic are both correct adjectives. .47 tossing Lanz into the ring, climbing in after him, smelling blood in the water. Lanz rolls out of the way. And here's the cover. There's 1, 2, 47 still with life in him. Here we go, Lanz up top. Staring down the Silent Assassin. Hammer punch from the top. And looking to fly again. A senton. Lanz with another RKO, going for the cover. There's 1, there's 2, and finally, there's 3. Despite being a match of 3/3, it was exceptionally close.
Here is your winner, Lanz!
And welcome to the big league, Lanz. Getting that first win is always the hard part. After that, the weight's off your shoulders and you can just exist. Obviously you want to get more wins, but the big first one is done. And for our first tag team matchup of the evening, introducing first, they are your women's tag team champions. It is Kyoko Kirigiri and Sayaka Maizono, Harmonious Truth. And their opponents, they are your former queens of the tag team division. It is Melly Antiqua and Nia Ascension. And the last 2 times these 2 teams have faced up against each other, it has been an absolute slugfest. 2 instant classics of matches. And I'm not expecting that to stop anytime soon. Here we go, Sayaka and Melia, the first in the ring, and referee rings the bell to meet in the middle, with Melia immediately beginning with an open palm slap. And a hair drag. Forcing Sayaka back up to her feet. And a toss into the corner, tagging in Nia for a very early chain attack. Double back by drop. And now Nia to the outside. And jumping down, I think Kyoko might have gotten in the way of Nia's plans. And now Nia just tossing Sayaka to the corner. 180 leg drop. And a knee to the face. Bit of a slow start here. Nia rolling Sayaka around. And a leg DDT. Now Sayaka getting hit with that Enzagiri, Nia going for the cover. And not even a 1 count. Nia walking Sayaka to the eastern ropes. Kick to the thigh. And Sayaka elbowing herself out. Toss. No. Nia with a reversal and a double leg dropkick. Sayaka now to the outside. Climbing back in, trying to reset things a little bit. And Nia with a big back slam. Sayaka taking out Kyoko in the ring.
Tag was made.
Nia tagging Melia back in. And here we go, another chain attack. Melia with a double knee to the chest, going for the cover. There's one. Kyoko kicks out. Melia with the quadruple knees and tagging Nia back in. Already showing their strategy, just short shifts. Trying to keep their strength up, trying to keep their stamina high. And now Kyoko with a snap suplex. Tagging Sayaka back in. Nia throwing Sayaka down. Jumping to the outside. Looking for the drop kick, but Sayaka pushes that away. Now choke. Again, just trying to reset things a little bit. And smashing Nia's face first into the canvas. Picking the Gormati up, tossing her back down. And now Sayaka to the outside, heading up top. Lining up. And a hammer punch to the back of the head. And the cover. There's one. Melia comes in to break it up. And Sayaka with a slap right to the back of the referee's head. I know she was aiming at Melia, but still, gotta be penalized a little bit for that. Sayaka now tossing Nia into the corner. Tagging in Kyoko, going for their first tag team attack. Double underhook drag. Kicks to the chest and the back. Melia looking for the tag. Kyoko preventing that. And Nia sidestepping that top rope attack from Kyoko. And Kyoko back on the offense, sending Nia down in the corner. Forcing her back up to her feet. And walking her back to the northeast corner, setting her up top. And Kyoko just tossing the Gormati down. Getting her back up to her feet. And a hammerlock DDT into the cover. There's 1, 2. Nia kicks out. And now a backpack facebuster. Nia crawling to the corner. Gets the tag. And now Melia pushing Kyoko down, going for the cover, not even a 1 count. Nia being sent tumbling to the outside. Melia back in. And Kyoko slipping to the back. Melia with a jawbreaker stunner. And allowing Kyoko to tag out behind her. Sayaka back into the ring. And greeting Melia with a running clothesline. Double knee spine break, or a double knee backstabber from Sayaka. She wouldn't know something about stabbing people, wouldn't she? And now Sayaka heading up top. Turning around. The moonsault from the heavens into the covered 1. And there's Nia. And Sayaka tags out, Kyoko back in, Melia tags out, Nia back in. And now Kyoko immediately going for the cover. 1, 2. And now Nia going for the cover. 1, 2. Kyoko kicks out. Nia forcing Kyoko back up to her feet. Knife edge chop kick to the thigh. Head scissor toss. Tagging out, getting Melia back in. Sayaka punching Melia away from Kyoko. Now Melia going for the cover, not even just barely 1 count, excuse me. And now Melia with a hair drag, forcing Kyoko back up to her feet. And a jumping DDT. Melia not quite done, going for the finish. Hurricane Rana armbar, bringing in Sayaka. Melia, knees to the kidney of Kyoko. And a head scissor elbow. Melia going for the cover. There's 1, 2, 3. like I said, each time these two teams face off against each other, it is an absolute brawl. And yeah, this was not much different. Bit of a slower start, but absolutely picking up towards the back end.
Here are your winners, Neil and Maria
I just hope the match is as good as this, or the past couple between these two, when the belt is finally on the line. And for our next matchup, introducing first, it is the Blue Jay, Jayden Moon.
weighing in at 135 pounds, Jayden Moore.
And his opponent, representing Ouroboros,
Representing the Union,
it is Noah.
weighing in at 134 pounds, Noah!
And here to go, both men ready. And ref rings bell, Jayden immediately running towards Noah, hitting him with a satellite DDT. And an elbow drop. And now Jayden looking for a rolling senton. Noah rolls out of the way of that. And a single leg dropkick. Noah cranking on the neck. Setting Jayden down, stomp to the stomach. And a knee to the face. Noah rolling Jayden onto his back, going for the cover. Not even a 1 count. Now Jayden being tossed to the outside, Noah heading up top. Staring down the Blue Jay, flying neck breaker, or flying DDT-ish. There's 3. Noah working on the leg. And tossing Jayden from one side of ringside to the other. There's 6. Noah retreating back into the ring. Jayden slow to his feet. And not trying to complicate things any further. Immediately into the ring. Immediately caught by that big boot. And slipping underneath that. And now Jayden taking Noah down with a reverse armbar. Noah rolling out. And Jayden turning that Irish whip around with a clothesline. And setting up, looking for an enziguri, but Noah pushing that away. Tossing Jayden into the corner. Setting him up. And now Noah up top looking for the avalanche suplex. And the cover, there's 1. Only 1. Noah with a bit of sweet chin music. Here's the cover. There's 1. There's 2. The referee giving Jayden high fives. And now Noah. Face trap armbar. Pulling back. Releasing the hold. And Jayden with a dragon screw takedown. Jayden with 1, 2 double leg drop kicks and a crossbody. Head scissor toss, forcing Noah back up to his feet. Into the corner. And Jayden from the middle rope, dragging Noah away from the ropes. And the tornado kick. And the cover. There's 1, 2. No. Jayden now going for another cover. There's 1, there's 2. Noah kicks out again. And Jayden with a senton. And a leg DDT. Middle rope yet again. And looking for a dropkick. Noah gets out of the way. Back on the offense. Or at least trying to get back on the offense. Irish whip, diving underneath. Rolling through, there's an arm drag. But Jayden fights out top rope. Reverse DDT. Looking for an elbow drop, and Noah gets out of the way. Noah low altitude kick to the chin. And the cover, 1, 2, no. Jayden back up to his feet. Noah sending him down with an elbow. Stomp to the wrist. And another armbar. This is not a rope break. Jayden flailing. And is forced to tap.
Here is your winner,
And Noah doing a very good job keeping himself in that match. Jayden flying high, but just like Icarus, if you fly too high, you might get burned, and that is exactly what happened. Although, by a submission, I was not expecting that. And for a penultimate matchup of the evening,
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Babylon, Harmonious!
introducing first, it is your former Women's Nexus champion, former double champion, former cruiserweight champion, and just happy to be here. It is Fiora. And her opponent,
From Mexico City, Lexibor!
it is the Plague Doctor herself, Lexibor. And here we go, both women ready. And ref rings the bell to meet in the middle. And Fiora immediately turning Lexi around into a rear waist lock. And Lexi turning that around, headlock to Fiora. And Fiora getting Lexi off of her. And now hammerlock. So working on that left arm. Cranking on it. And sending Lexi down. And again, immediately locking each other up. Lexi pushing Fiora back into the corner. Referee having to break them up. Now Lexi pulling Fiora away, grabbing the wrist. Satellite DDT. And here's the cover. There's 1, 2. Early 2 count. And again, locking up. Fiora now the wrist clutch. Arm drag. And Lexi with the Hurricane Rana. Forcing Fiora into a C position, and now the head scissor elbows. Fiora back up to her feet. Lexi with a sweet shin music turning around. Big boot to the back of the head. And now, double leg dropkick. Looking for an elbow drop. Fiora rolls out of the way. And Fiora going for the cover. There's 1, 2. Lexi kicks out. Double leg dropkick to the spine. Lexi back up to her feet. Hurricane Rana toss. Lexi with a double leg dropkick from the middle rope. And again, heading to the middle rope, staring down her opponent. Looking for a crossbite, but Fiora catching that. And turning that into a scoop slam. And lining up, and enziguri. Knees to the thigh, or knees to the shin. And now Fiora. The double knee backstabber. And now over the shoulders. Walking, barrel roll, takedown, and now Fiora to the outside. A shooting star press from the top rope. Here's the cover. There's 2, there's 3. And Fiora doing what she does best, making these matches look effortless. And now for our main event of the evening. Introducing first. It is Kokichi Yoma and Rantaro Amami. D.I.C.E.
Do you know what cool is?
And their opponents at a combined weight of 317 pounds. And Too cool.
And their opponents. It is Sans and Papyrus, the Skelebros. And here we go, Sans and Rantaro, the first in the ring. And Rantaro immediately taking Sans down with a head scissor toss. And Rantaro looking for the ground and pound. Sans turning that around. And Rantaro with an arm breaker, forcing Sans into a seated position. Hammer punch to the spine. And a leg breaker. Sans elbow to the spine. And now a standing submission maneuver. Rantaro gets out of that. And Sans tossing Rantaro into the corner. Tagging in Papyrus. No, Rantaro prevents that. And now a backpack pin attempt. There's one. Sans to the outside. Heading back in. And a stomp to the ankle, stomp to the side of the foot. And a stomp to the femur. Rantaro spinning or a rolling neck breaker and forcing Sans up into a C position. And a sliding uppercut. And a diving elbow. Now Rantaro tagging in Kokichi. First tag out this match, if you can believe it. And Sans with a wheelbarrow facebuster and tagging in Papyrus. Kokichi just working on the arm and trying to dislocate Papyrus' arm, his left arm. Forcing Papyrus back up to his feet. Toss to the corner. And tagging in Rantaro. double team attack. Unrelenting elbows. And Papyrus fighting out, looking for a moonsault that Rantaro turns away. Now Papyrus catching his breath as Rantaro slow to his feet along the outside. Papyrus with an elbow drop. Stomp to the chest, stomp to the wrist. Looking for an elbow drop, but no, there's 6. There's 8. Rantaro back into the ring. Papyrus, only a few more seconds to get back into the ring, and he will not.
Here are your winners, Randy Amaya and Kobayashi Umar, the Anarchists.
And with that, I would like to thank you all for joining us here tonight, and hope to see you next week. On Monday for J Ramen, on Wednesday for Windcrest, and of course on Friday for Eclipse, as we get ever closer, to our next PLE of the year, Money in the Bank. But until then, we are signing out from St. Louis, Missouri. See ya.